What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with Tesla in the markets. Just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, not to mention 8.1% APY and access to the Hong Kong markets. So offer ends very soon in just 11 days. Anyways, for the market, let's talk about what's going on. Looking at Tesla, we did a great job at pushing up so well to this resistance. And we're looking at very, very close to about this 244 area coming just short of 245. When you look at the daily time frame, Tesla has almost completely filled this gap, came very, very close to doing so. So it's done a very, very, very good job. So it's very awesome to see this potentially forming. So I think that's a good development. And there is more upside potential considering we haven't fully filled this gap. Now, one thing worth mentioning is that even though we did push higher, we have this resistance around this 244 area that slowed us down. So because we kind of got stopped right here, we're going to be marking that down. And then we also have this like gap fill if 244 breaks. But so far, we're doing a great job at holding up, and Tesla's still looking very strong. So very, very awesome to see. So there is some news coming out that's basically a lot of Tesla's competitors in China are launching new models that are very affordable, and that's fine. I just want to say that this will lead to more competition for Tesla, especially in China. That's why Tesla's being incentivized to unleash a more affordable EV, especially in China, as once again, EVs are just so much more competitive. There's a lot more price wars over there. So that's what's giving Tesla an incentive to start doing that. But despite that, I still think that Tesla sales in China will be fine because Tesla is a big brand and people absolutely love the cars over there. They have so much growth to be coming, and I think that they're going to be completely fine. So don't worry too much about what all the media outlets are just screaming about. They're continuing to scream about how there's all these things going on about Tesla and this and that. They're just always trying to compare them. I always tell everyone to not really worry too much about Tesla's competitors. Focus more on Tesla's numbers. What's going to help them continue to get their sales up? Yes, there's going to be a lot of competition in China. It's going to continue, but what could Tesla do to remain competitive? And we want to look at Tesla's previous numbers as the biggest priority. Can we continue to see lots of good signs of growth? For data, there's not really anything new that's coming out. Also, tomorrow we just have Harker giving a speech, so it's all very minor. So that being said, what's going on with Tesla for now? We pushed very, very nicely. I was anticipating upside, and that was correct. We did see a very, very nice push. I was talking about Tesla back when it was in the like 238 area, and I said that we could be breaking out. If 240 breaks, we're looking for basically, I would say we'd probably come very close to filling the gap. We didn't quite get to the gap fill, but we didn't make it up to about 244, which is still great. We're up like 7%. Absolutely awesome. There's more potential for upside later on to try to fill this gap. And then once we fill that gap, we could see a little bit of a dip. That may end up happening. So just be very mindful of that. There might be a small dip before it tries to continue again. So far, it's very bullish looking. It does have potential to hold up. We'll see if we close above 240. That's all I really care about. Will we close above that? As long as we do, we're going to be completely fine. For SPY, we're looking a little bit more bullish, but I just want to say that it's very tricky because we have this big gap below to fill later on. And then, this 572 area is very tough. Can we break past 572 and start pushing for 573, 574, and 575? We could still push higher, but I just want to warn everyone that for SPY, we're at some tough resistance, so it's not going to easily break through. And we're looking at every single one of these dollar levels as the next resistance. So watch 572. If we break that, we're looking for 573. We look more bullish overall, and we're doing a great job. As long as we don't end up losing that 568 support, then we're going to be completely fine as long as we don't lose that support. For ES, we're bullish. We're breaking out very nicely. The daily looks very, very strong, so it suggests more upside is possible. And we could see a retest of 5,800. We'll see if that breaks or not. But overall, ES is doing a good job. Futures are continuing to remain bullish, and so far, so good. On Nvidia, we're looking so on Nvidia. Now, we did push higher for that 120 target, but then we weren't able to break through it. And we just remain range bound. So I was saying to everyone that if we broke 120, we're bullish. If we lose 118, we could turn back down. And we haven't been able to hold above 118 that well. It kind of pushed a bit and came back down. So I'm going to be watching this resistance very soon tomorrow. If we end up losing support at 117, we're looking for that gap fill all the way down towards our EMAs at 115. It's possible Nvidia dips, but there's no sign of it losing support yet. It's still just shuffling. It's doing a good job at holding up, but it's still shuffling simultaneously. So it's going to likely continue to shuffle near 118, not really doing much. Bitcoin looks more bullish, though. I still think this can push a little bit higher, try to get up to these imbalances around the 64,250 area. So it might try to go a little bit higher as long as you don't lose 62,000. We would look more bullish. Once again, Tesla is still looking bullish overall. As long as we close above 240, we're fine. We could try to fill this gap. For others out there like NQ, we look bullish. We're looking at 20,200 as resistance. If we break that resistance, we're going to be pushing up higher for that 20,400 target. If we reject and lose 20,000, look for a dip. As of right now, we remain bullish. The QQQ is holding up very well. It's up almost 2.7%. So we have resistance. The top resistance is at 485, the exact level I called out. If we break 485, then we're going to be launched even higher to like 488 and 490. We're not quite there yet. We're just kind of shuffling between 482 and 485. So I think we're going to continue to do so. So we'll see how things go from here. If we end up losing 480, we could be dipping to fill this gap, but I don't think that's going to happen yet. I think we're just going to continue to remain range bound. So give this the time it needs. For Apple, we look more bullish. We're looking for 230 as resistance. If that breaks, we're looking for higher levels such as 232. We have 228 as support. We're kind of stuck in the middle, but we do look more bullish, and I think this could go a little higher if we break 230. So there's potential for a retest. For other tickers out there, we have the IWM Russell 2000. This is looking decent. We have 225 as resistance and 222 as support. We're kind of stuck in the middle. We may continue to consolidate. We'll see if we break past 226 or not, but just watch and see how it goes. For Coinbase, we look a little bit more decent. We have this resistance around 172. If we reject off 172, we have this gap to fill all the way down towards 162. If we break past 172, we're looking for a breakout. We're kind of stuck in the middle, so give this the time it needs. For Amazon, we're stuck in the middle as well, kind of shuffling at this 191 area. I said we have to break this to turn bullish. Otherwise, we're just consolidating. But if we lose 188, look for a dip back down to 186. Otherwise, Amazon's kind of consolidating within a range. Now, Meta's looking bullish. I said if we break 557, we're looking for 560. We managed to go all the way up here. We'll see if we can break this to start pushing for 565 or not. Overall, we remain more bullish. We're doing a good job at holding up on Meta, and there's most definitely more upside potential on this chart. So it still looks very bullish. It's still holding up well, so we'll see if we can break 560. The support to watch for is 557 below that. For Microsoft, we look a little bit lackluster. We're kind of struggling to hold above 440. If we break that, we're looking for 444 tomorrow. If we don't break 440, we could be dipping back down to about 438. And with that failing, we have that gap to fall all the way down to about 435. So give it some time. Google looks decent, but like I said before, we're shuffling, kind of struggling to break past 165. If 165 breaks, we're looking for like 168. And if we don't break 165, we have this gap to fill, taking us all the way down to 161. As of right now, Google is showing some signs of weakness. With that being said, I thank you all so much for listening. Tesla's doing a good job at holding up. It has more potential to break out higher and start a squeeze. However, we need to start breaking past 244 and continue. We're doing a great job at holding up, so I see potential for tomorrow to try to fill this gap. And we'll see what Tesla does after that. So there could still be a small dip coming after it ran this much. Might push a little bit higher to fill that gap and start dipping a little bit, but then it could still break out even higher and create a very symmetrical structure to try to reach these highs as we get closer to the robotaxi events and deliveries. All right, so I thank you for listening. Have a great day. I'll see you guys very soon in the next updates in a couple of hours, and peace out.